beautiful bibliophiles, hope you're having a great day and please enjoy the gorgeous imagery of flowers coming your way.
Pas de soleil, 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 pas de soleil.
My stuffed animals say hi. They're also saying Happy Women's Day to all my girls out there. Hope you keep slaying. And what a perfect day for such a feminist book to come out as Resignation of an Angel by Musmira Tambara. I love this poetry collection. Very feminist, very raw, very dark, very daring. And I think you're going to love it if you like poetry, so do check it out this Women's Day. Also, while we're here, let me give you some very quick recs of books written about women, by women that I really loved. Yes, this whole wardrobe is Selena Gomez, apart from this little Doctor Who sticker thing right here. Because we've been stunning Selena since she was 16 and I was 6. She was on Wizards of Waverly. So yeah. I'm literally never talking about anything again. I'm never expressing my love for anything. Again, I am the queen of jinxing and bad timing. Like, this calls for Selena Gomez streaming part on Spotify. Okay, let's go do that. That was very irrelevant. I just wanted you to know, so let's get to the books. First of all, I have Elizabeth Acevedo's The Poet X. So this is about Xiomara, a young black girl coming from a very strict religious household who is trying to find out what she wants to do with her life, how to feel comfortable in her body. She's trying to find out about love, and while her mother is very strict, and she's finding all of that through poetry, through a slam poetry club that she's joined, and it's very beautiful. It's just a great novel about a young black girl finding her own voice. It's written in verse like I showed you, and I think even if you don't like poetry, you're gonna love this because it's so good. And I want to read everything else Elizabeth Acevedo has written, like Clap When You Land and With a Fire on High, because I'm sure those are also going to be amazing, and I highly recommend this one. Now to a classic, I have Jeanne Rees. I think this is how you pronounce her name, White Sargasso Sea. This is kind of like a modern classic prequel to our known Jane Eyre, because apart from the fact that Jane Eyre was written by a woman in a time where not a lot of books written by women were getting published, not many more feminist things apart from that happening in the book, considering that apart from Jane Eyre, the other woman of the book, the mad woman in the attic, Rochester's wife, is totally being ignored. She's a mentally ill woman, and her husband keeps her locked in the freaking attic because that's how he wants to deal with her. And then he brings in this new girl and he's getting all romantic with her, and you're expecting Antoine not to burn the freaking house down. Like, I'd burn the freaking house down if I was mentally ill and my husband kept me in a closet and didn't care for me at all and kept me away from my family and brought a new chick On top of that, in the house, like, do you even have to explain why the mad woman in the attic trope in Jane Eyre is problematic? I don't think I do. So yeah, this is Antoine's story before she marries Rochester in Jamaica. It explains her family history, and it humanizes her very much, because Jane Eyre definitely dehumanized her, and I really highly recommend this as a prequel, but also an alternative to Jane Eyre. It's also very short, and it has gorgeous quotes, and I really, really recommend you read it. Next, of course, Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Obviously, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is probably a very feminist book by Taylor Jenkins Reid as well, but I haven't read it, so I can't actually recommend it, but I'm going to recommend it anyway, because even though I haven't read it, I'm sure I'm going to love it when I read it, so that's correct too. But for Daisy Jones and the Six, we're following this band, Daisy Jones and the Six, but through it we're following three very strong women who all decide to be women and be feminists in very different ways without getting into each other's way, but instead while supporting each other. So we're following through this cast of many characters. We're also following Camilla, Karen, and Daisy Jones, of course, and they're all feminists in very different ways. I'm gonna read you some quotes from this for this Women's Day. Sorry if the broken spine upsets you, but we have Daisy saying, I am not going to sit around sweating my ass off just so men can feel more comfortable. It's not my responsibility not to turn them on, it's their responsibility not to be an asshole. While I try to find the other quote and struggle because I've underlined so many things in this book, also, a rec that came to mind right now is Celeste Ng, Little Fires Everywhere. This has a lot of other issues apart from just like women's social life, but even though it's mostly about like how the white suburban life is not as perfect as it wants to show itself that it is, it's actually very, very flawed. It has a lot of things about how women are judged for just making different decisions with what they want to do with their lives, so I'd also recommend that. Men often think they deserve a sticker for treating women like people. I had absolutely no interest in being someone else's muse. I am not a muse, I am the somebody. End of fucking story. There are definitely more. There's another one I really liked, but I can't find it right now, so yeah, just make do with these and read this book along with the other recs I gave. Also, a plus for some other of my favorite female authors, because I can't just shut up. We have Sarah Crossan. I read this book one and I absolutely loved it, and I've also read Moonrise and I really adored it, so do check out books from her because her writing is just amazing, and her books are written in verse as well, so I think if you like those kind of books, you're really gonna enjoy this one. Then obviously we have my queen of all time, Maggie Stiefvater. She wrote my favorite fantasy series of all time, aka The Raven Cycle. This is the first book, Raven Boys. The main character, Blue, is such a feminist badass, and I love her, and I also love what Maggie Stiefvater did with the character dynamics in this book, because in a YA fantasy where you have like 5 main characters and 4 of them are men and 1 is a girl, you can do a lot of problematic things, and a lot of others have done a lot of problematic things with such storylines in the past, but Maggie Stiefvater broke those freaking rules, and she didn't focus on some problematic romance or on some very cringy love triangle or love square, or I don't know. Instead, she did great things with the friendships in this book, which I really, really appreciate, and I highly recommend this YA fantasy. Lastly, Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in the Six of Crows duology, and we have our badass women, Inez and Nina, in this book. They're both amazing. I love myself, my Inez. She is the best. She is so badass. We love, love, love her, and I can't wait to see what they're doing with her in the TV show, but until that comes out, do read The Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. And let's end this with a huge, huge thank you for sharing your stories with me, and stay strong to continue to write your stories, to all the women out there writing anything, to all of my besties out there writing things that I absolutely adore and I think they're great, and just keep being as amazing as you are. Happy Women's Day. I really love you. Shout out to you. Now I'm actually going to set up, and let's go see what my flowers are doing after I left them to dry out.
Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil.
beautiful bibliophiles, I just wanted to say thank you so much for staying with me and my flowers in this video. I hope you can let yourself grow like a flower too. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really cool day, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye.